pull that little head fake off. And now you see Tracy McGrady, Kobe Bryant. It's a large part of their games, particularly in the post area.
Robinson just flies up on that jump shot. I mean, he jumps so high, his jumper's almost coming down.
Yeah. Exactly.
Against the Bulls, Michelle, I know Michael told you it's very difficult to play against this team.
Yeah, we mentioned it earlier, but I think it's worth retelling. He said he has a tough time. It's a sensitive issue to come in here with the same killer instinct against his old team that he plays with in every other game. But he also said he wants to leave this building as a winner, and he'll do what it takes to get there. He's got, what, 226 in which to do it, John.
And Stackhouse trying to help the cause out, but Jalen Rose is back there to say none of that.
I like the fact that Jalen Rose, again, gave that ball up when he saw the double team coming. Brunson just unable to knock down that jumper. But that's what you have to love about the great players in this league. You have a responsibility to make other players around you better.
Chicago's got 10 blocked shots in this game. Hughes goes in and gets it +1. Bulls having a great night. 32 assists. That's a season high for them.
That shows you a team that's sharing the basketball. Here's Larry Hughes doing a tremendous job coming down the lane, gets that contact, and has the concentration and focus to put that ball off the glass with touch.
Hughes with a chance to get this to a 5-point game. Boy, that was short. You could see that from the time it left his hand. Tyronn Lue chases it down. Jordan goes up to the glass and scores.
I think he's just picking his spots to show his brilliance.
Save it for the last couple of minutes. That's what everybody here is used to seeing. It's got to be a little bit surreal for the Bulls as well, as the fans respond by cheering. Michael Jordan pulling the Wizards within 4. Oh, bad pass. Donyell Marshall couldn't get it.
Yeah, but that's nothing new for Michael either, John. He used to go to packed houses in hostile territory, and the fans would be cheering like crazy for him.
Jordan goes to the line. I remember I mentioned before working for the Toronto Raptors, and the very first game we did was against the Bulls and Michael Jordan. And the next day, you see his career against the Bulls. The next day after our first telecast, John Sally, who was playing for the Raptors at the time, came up to Leo Ruttenzai and said, "You guys realize that you're working for Toronto, right?" He said, "I listened to the replay of the game. It sounded like you guys were the Bulls announcers. You were so excited about Jordan."
Everybody was excited, and remember those kind of plays there, cutting along the baseline. He used to finish those with emphatic dunks.
And we've got a 2-point game, folks, with an 8-0 run for the Washington Wizards. If you came to see Michael Jordan tonight, stick around. The last minute 46 might be vintage.
Seems like his team, too, John.
Yeah, Kevin, Dave O'Brien, Tom Tolbert, and Sal Masekela will have that one, but we're not done here yet. The last time the Wizards were within 2, there's 6 minutes left in the second half when it was 34-32. It's Michael Jordan's final game here in Chicago, where he helped hoist 6 championship trophies and banners. John Saunders, Sean Elliott, and Michelle Tafoya here in the final minute 46. And Sean, in a game like this, as we talked about before, when you are a young team, these situations are more difficult.
They're a lot more difficult because who's your leader on the team? Your leader needs to step up, keep everybody calm, and really direct traffic out there on the floor. Let everybody know, hey, this is a valuable possession. We got to get a good shot here. We got to clamp down on defense, and a lot of young teams don't understand it.
Jalen Rose, you figure, has got to be the guy. There's a bump. There was a foul to give for Washington. And so now they'll be into the penalty the rest of the way.
And also young players don't embrace the pressure, especially in the last minute. You have guys like Michael throughout his career. He embraced the pressure. He fed off of it. When the game was on the line, he only got better. And that takes time. You can't learn that your first 2 or 3 years.
Whoa. Jerry Stackhouse almost ended up in our lap. Turned over. Jordan had it. Fizer with some strength goes and takes it right to the iron.
He just put on a strongman performance in the fourth quarter. He just flexing those muscles.
17 fourth-quarter points for Marcus Fizer.
And he's out guarding Larry Hughes on the perimeter.
Stackhouse shoots over Fizer, rattles around, no good. Donyell Marshall with the rebound.
That good-looking shot, just can't get it to fall for Jerry Stackhouse. But the Wizards still have a lot of time here.
Doug Collins was out there quickly to say, just calm down. We've got all the time in the world. Clock is at 7. Fizer outside. Swings it. Brunson won't stay down. Hughes goes after the rebound and comes out of there with it. Hughes wants to go right to the goal. Lost it. It'll still belong to Washington.
And, John, I'm going to ask you, who was guarding Fizer on that possession? A very key possession. Michael Jordan's guarding him on the perimeter.
After Marcus Fizer has schooled just about everyone else wearing a blue jersey down there, it's Michael Jordan's night, but it's been Marcus Fizer's fourth quarter. And in the final 41 seconds, it'll be interesting to see whether Doug Collins calls something up for number 23 on his final night in Chicago. Back here in Chicago, John Saunders, Sean Elliott, and Michelle Tafoya. You see the situation right now. Nobody with a foul to give, and the timeouts are the same. Marcus Fizer, 17 of the Bulls, 25 points in this quarter.
Just showing his strength down low. He's been dominant, doing a great job of sealing players. Here it is, the seal. Kwame Brown just doesn't have enough strength right now to stay with this guy in the paint. He's doing a tremendous job of shielding the defenders from the basketball, using all that upper body strength. He's been overpowering anybody that's been asked to guard him.
8 of 13 from the field and 18 points, but 17 of them in this quarter. Stackhouse finds Hughes, wants a closer look, glides to the glass, comes up empty, and wonders what happened to the whistle.
Donyell Marshall did a great job of contesting with those long arms.
And Washington forced into a situation where they had to foul. Hughes finally does reach in. And into the penalty. That'll send Donyell Marshall up to the line. Well, he's one of the better free throw shooters for this team. The Bulls under 70% free throw shooting on the season. Donyell Marshall is just under 80%, so he's the guy they'd like to have up there.
Well, that's where your leadership comes from. You want guys who are unafraid to step to the free throw line late in the game. Donyell Marshall shoots that first free throw with a ton of confidence.
Marshall with 11 rebounds in the game. He comes up short on the second one. We get a timeout called by Washington, down by 5 with just a couple of ticks under 27 seconds left. When we come back, will it be the final 27 of Michael Jordan's career in Chicago? Yeah, the rematch from the championship a year ago. Dave O'Brien, Tom Tolbert, Sal Masekela will bring you that one. But we're not quite done here. Neither team with a foul to give. And we're down to the final 27 seconds, and Washington needs to make up 5 points.
Well, they need a bucket here in a hurry. Don't have a lot of time to try to set up something.
Stackhouse takes it right at the goal. Short, Donyell Marshall gets his 12th rebound of the game.
A well-designed play. You get the shot that you want. You put the ball in the hands of the guy who can get you a bucket or at least get you to the foul line. Just missed that easy opportunity. Tough break for the Wizards.
Washington trying to avoid dropping below 500. Donyell Marshall goes to the line. Washington with the missed 10 free throws makes a big difference. Michelle?
You know, John, before the game, Michael Jordan said about the Bulls, they're playing really hard. The effort is there, and that's a good start for this young team. If you play hard, you'll be rewarded. Maybe they're getting their reward, Sean.
Yes, they are. Marcus Fizer, really the big story tonight. He's been the guy who was playing hard.
Tyronn Lue takes it hard to the goal. And it's 5 again. Final 10 seconds here. Leitner fouls Brunson.
But that's